Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Jason Morgan tries to keep his distance, but trouble has a way of pulling him right back in, especially when Britt Westbourne is involved. Tonight in Port Charles, everything takes a messy turn as Britt, overwhelmed, heartbroken, and tired of keeping her emotions locked down, spirals into a night she never intended. And when the walls start closing in on her, Jason becomes the one person standing between her and complete disaster. Britt didn't wake up planning to fall apart. In fact, she started her day determined to act like everything was fine. She put on the tough shell she's perfected, walked through the halls of General Hospital with that sharp confidence she uses as armor, and tried to convince herself she wasn't cracking under the weight of it all. But the truth is, she's been fighting battles no one sees. Her future feels uncertain, old wounds are reopening, and every time she tries to push forward, something else drags her back into the emotional chaos she's been trying to outrun. By the time she finds herself alone, the silence hits her harder than any confrontation could. She pours herself a drink, one that turns into two, then three, and the floodgates open. The bitterness, the grief, the loneliness she never admits to anyone, not even herself, starts spilling out. Britt isn't someone who falls apart quietly. When she spins out, it's fiery, raw, and painfully honest. She rants, she laughs at things that aren't funny, she lashes out at shadows of people who aren't even there. All her defenses collapse at once, and the vulnerability she hates exposing becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't just a drunken moment. It's a woman who's been pushed too far, finally breaking after holding everything together for too long. She remembers every mistake, every heartbreak, every time she tried to change only to feel like she was still paying for her past. She starts saying things she normally buries deep. Fears about her health, regrets about relationships, anger at the universe for never giving her a break. And the more she talks, the more obvious it becomes that she's not just overwhelmed, she's hurting in ways she doesn't know how to verbalize when she's sober. That's when Jason finds her. He wasn't looking for trouble. He wasn't planning to get involved. But the moment he sees Britt unraveling, everything else fades. Jason has always been the calm in the storm, and right now Britt needs exactly that. He approaches quietly, not wanting to startle her, and the sight hits him harder than he expects. Britt, the woman who always fires back with a witty remark or a sarcastic jab, is visibly shaken, struggling to keep her emotional footing. Jason doesn't lecture her. He doesn't judge her. He just listens, something Britt never gets from anyone without strings attached. She pushes him away, slurring out comments about not needing anyone, but Jason doesn't budge. He knows the difference between someone who wants to be left alone and someone begging for help without knowing how to ask. Even in her intoxicated haze, Britt keeps trying to hide her pain, but Jason sees right through the act. When she tries to stand, stumbling dangerously, Jason reacts instantly, steadying her before she can hit the floor. It's instinct for him, someone's falling, he catches them. But to Britt, it means far more than she'll ever admit. She mutters something about not being worth the trouble, trying to laugh it off, but Jason's expression softens. For a moment, the world around them feels still, like they're the only two people in the room. As the night goes on, he becomes her anchor. Jason guides her through the emotional fog, helping her sit, offering her water, gently pulling her out of the chaotic spiral she's been drowning in. He doesn't say much, but the quiet reassurance he provides speaks louder than any comforting speech could. And little by little, Britt's anger fades, replaced by exhaustion and a fragile honesty she rarely shows anyone. She talks about being afraid of losing everything she's worked for. She talks about feeling like life keeps punishing her. She even lets slip how much she hates the idea of being seen as weak. And Jason just stays there, steady and unwavering, giving her space to fall apart without falling alone. Eventually, he realizes she can't stay where she is. She's too vulnerable, too unsteady, and not safe on her own. So he makes the decision she would have refused had she been sober. He takes her home. Not because she's helpless, but because she's human. And Jason has a quiet way of protecting people without making them feel small. The car ride is quiet except for Britt's occasional half-asleep rambling. She accuses him of being annoyingly calm, then thanks him, then pretends she didn't. Jason simply drives, glancing over now and then to make sure she's okay. When they arrive, he helps her inside, making sure she doesn't trip on the steps or crash into the doorway. It's awkward and endearing all at once, Britt pretending she's fine while clearly needing him to hold her upright. Once she's finally settled, Jason takes a moment to make sure she's comfortable. He makes sure she has water nearby, checks that she won't choke if she falls asleep, and turns off the lights except for one soft lamp. Before he leaves, he hesitates just long enough for the audience to wonder whether something more might happen, but this isn't that kind of moment. This is about care, not romance. And as Britt drifts off, still emotional but calmer, Jason silently promises himself he'll check on her later. He's not the type to walk away from someone in this state, especially someone he has an unspoken connection with. Britt may never remember every detail of tonight, but Jason will. And he'll carry the weight of what he saw, the cracks in her armor, the pain she hides, and the strength she tries so hard to maintain. Tomorrow, Britt will wake up with a pounding headache and the mortifying realization that Jason witnessed her at one of her lowest moments. She'll want to pretend it didn't happen. She'll want to act like she's fine again. But things have changed. Jason knows what lies beneath the surface now. And whether she likes it or not, he's not letting her spiral alone again. This night marks a turning point. Britt's breakdown exposes truths she's been avoiding, and Jason's intervention sets the stage for a deeper connection neither of them saw coming. Their dynamic will shift, their interactions will hold more weight, and the unspoken bond between them will only grow stronger. Because sometimes the person who rescues you isn't the one you asked for, it's the one who shows up when you're too broken to ask at all. And for Britt Westbourne, that person is Jason Morgan. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.